Hi everyone, welcome to Star Wars This Week. And in Star Wars This Week, we are dealing with the question that is on everyone's minds right now. The question that is boggling us all. The question that we can't sleep night over. Are we going to see C-3PO and R2 in Rogue One? I mean, they have literally been in every other Star Wars movie, period. Now, I would understand, like, if we get, like, the Young Yoda spin-off movie or a Boba Fett movie or something that would not have no reason to deal with it, or Knights of the Old Republic movie, that we wouldn't see them in those movies. No, accept that because it makes no sense to see them in those movies. But with Rogue One, it's different because it takes place in a time frame where they existed. It takes place... It's supposedly going to end literally as the rebels are getting the Death Star plans to Leia on the ship and everything like that. So, are we going to see them in the movie or not? I don't... Here's the thing about this, is that we know where the movie is going to end. Like, almost when and where, almost exactly. But we don't know where the movie starts and what the time length between the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie actually is. This is like several weeks before episode 4, because that's more or less it. Is it several weeks before episode 4, several days, a couple months, a year? We know there's going to be flashbacks. I don't think it's going to be a year, but it's going to be, I would venture to guess several weeks to a month or a couple months is where we're going to see that. So the question then becomes, where are R2 and 3PO at this point in this time, this point in the series? Well, we know where they are at the beginning of New Hope. They're on the ship. They get kidnapped by Death Star, and then they get sent to Tatooine. We know that. We know R2. We know Leia's on that ship as well. And that they're more than likely with Leia. But are they with someone else at that beforehand? Is that just they were with Leia at that point? She had recently gotten them or received them or something like that? And not necessarily with Leia in the sense that she knows them, she owns them, all that. More that they're on the ship with Leia. Leia is acquainted with them. She gives R2 the drill. Maybe R2 is with her a lot of the time. Because apparently 3PO didn't recognize her. So 3PO, as intelligent as 3PO is, over I think is a 3 million or 3 billion forms of communication, he says. I can never remember that line. 3PO is actually pretty much an idiot. When you really break it down, 3PO kind of is not that intelligent. Besides, all the technical aspects, but social interactions. But how does he not recognize who Princess Leia is? That's the real thing. Have you ever actually noticed that? It's like, who is she? It's like, I don't know, someone of importance, I imagine. You were on the ship with her. She is Princess Leia. How do you not know that, 3PO? Come on, man. You're dropping the ball here. You're dropping the Death Star is what you're doing. So, I don't think 3PO had any interactions with Leia, because he clearly doesn't know who Leia actually is, which makes him kind of an idiot. But R2, on the other hand, I would be willing to bet either she just pulled him aside, which is possible, or R2 actually did have interactions with Leia, because R2 is also the one who actually didn't have his memories erased and actually did have knowledge of, like, the past, like with Anakin, Obi-Wan, all that. Hence, he saying Obi-Wan Kenobi and all that stuff. Obi-Wan Kenobi? I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, that's Captain Antilles. So... It's really hard to say. If I were to be a betting man, we might get a brief cameo at the most. But that still puts them in there. Maybe that's what we cut to. We cut to Leia, them passing on and Leia, and then, we see R2 from behind, so we just see someone putting the disc in Leia, recording the message. So, I don't know, maybe. At this point, I'm dubious. I won't be surprised if we see the cameo. And in fact, I'll both be not surprised if we get the cameo, but not surprised if we don't. But if we get the cameo, be like, yay! They kept doing it. All right, awesome. Right on. But if I were to be a betting man right now, on a percentile scale, I'd say it's about a 20% chance we get a C-3PO R2 cameo, because it's possible. It is. It's not like it's 100% unlikely or 100% not 100% likely. I'm just everything I'm seeing right now, I don't think we are. But again, about a 1 in 5 chance, I'd say. Because, let's also be clear, the tone of this movie is different than the tone of some of the other Star Wars. This is more of a war film. There are no Jedi. We got Vader and all that, but there are no Jedi. This is a gritty war film. So throwing 3PO and R2 in there might be a little distracting, even though everyone would be like, yay! But would it make sense for the tone of the movie? Now, if it's a little cameo at the end, that's fine. I think that thought it works. If they somehow shoehorn them in there, like if they're somehow wandering on the Rebel base for some reason, like just having a weird offhand conversation for like comedic effect, that's probably going to take us out of the movie a bit. R2, where are we? Seriously, R2, we need to get on one of these ships. So, yeah, I'm going to lean towards no, we're not going to get a cameo, but I will not be surprised if we do. I won't be surprised if we don't, but I won't be surprised if we do. I'll be happy if we do. But I think I'll be just as happy if we don't. That's the thing. R2 and 3PO might have been in every Star Wars movie to date, and they might technically be an integral part in the lore, but you could have a Star Wars movie without them. So it's not hard. R2 would be a little bit more difficult, honestly. R2 is definitely more loved than 3PO, I think, by a lot of people. So if they do a cameo and it's not both, it would definitely be R2 who gets the cameo, not 3PO. But other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Tonight will be Arrival, the new film with Amy Adams about aliens and linguistics. Should be interesting. I'm curious to see if we actually get to see what these aliens look like, because we've seen their hands. They're like these weird 5-pronged sucker hands. And I do have a magic video later today. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in a little while. Later.